Hey everybody, welcome back for another memory keeping plan with me. This week I'm using leftovers from a Cinderella paper kit that I used last year. It is called Leaves. I don't think she sells it anymore, but you can check on the website if you want to. I really enjoy this art because it's got a lot of orange and the cabin by the lake and all of that, and leaves, obviously. So I'm a big fan. I'm not always a big fan of like super monochromatic kits, but if it's orange, I'm fine with it. I'm also going to go ahead and pull in a little bit of foil overlays. So I have some Taylor Swift quotes from Planet Hannah. I think that's the Taylor 2 sheet. And then I have this little freebie that I got from Alicia Craft when I ordered from her last month. That is a fall freebie, and it's kind of like a really dark copper color. So we're bringing in some gold foil and then that dark copper coil as well. And then we're also going to pull in my I voted sticker from the Orange County Registrar of Voters. I feel like one of the few people on the internet who gets just the very standard I voted sticker that we all grew up with. Everyone else seems to have some cool one that's specifically tailored to them. Maybe it's because in California we get automatic vote by mail, like you just get your ballot sent to you, which is honestly so nice to not have to like enroll for that, and you don't even have to seek it out. It's pretty convenient. So maybe that's why I get the very generic I voted sticker, but I know there's some other people I've talked to who get the regular I voted sticker, but I'm a little jealous of people who have one specifically tailored to their region. Anywho, that's all I have to say about that. I voted, that's the important part, not the sticker. I know. I'm putting down some habit trackers and of course one of the full box girls in the sidebar, so same deal as pretty much most of this year. I'm gonna pull in a Carly Plans custom script to mark my skincare in the habit tracker as well as flossing. And I just want to give myself a pat on the back, even though I don't really deserve it that much, because I did floss every single day this week. Yay! Going to my dentist appointment back in October was really nice because it was like the first time in my life that a dentist has been like, "You're doing great." And I'm like, wow, I am. So yeah, that was one thing I really wanted to incorporate this year with all of the wedding prep and like so much focus on like your appearance. I was like, you know what I really need to do that would be good for my health and a little bit of aesthetics? Get into flossing. And I've done that, and I'm really proud of myself. Should have done it a long time ago. Anyway, I also, of course, put in my dinner's weekly checklist on the sidebar, and then I put in a glitter half box at the very bottom of the day, or the bottom of the sidebar, because we sent out our wedding invitations this week, and some people, they get a gold star for being like the first people to RSVP. We'll talk more about that in detail in a little bit. But yeah, I just wanted to keep like an RSVP tracker, like the number of people who have RSVP'd in the sidebar. Then I'm just using the leftover glitter headers at the top of the day because I just have 7 left. And then in a moment, we'll get into the day by day, I think. Or maybe I'll put down that giant double box, which is funny that it's called like a double box because it's really like a quadruple box. It takes up like 4 boxes in the spread. But I didn't have anything too exciting going on this week, especially on the days that I used that huge box, so it all worked out. Yeah, now I'm just figuring out full box placement. I realized sometimes when I use leftovers, I will put in the plans first and then fill in with the full boxes, but because I had this giant box, which I don't think anybody actually uses these anymore, I make them work because I'm like, well, I have it, I might as well use it, but I rarely see people actually use these. But I mean, it is beautiful. I do love it. I think I initially bought this kit last year for my anniversary with my fiance, and I was like, oh, we're gonna go on like a cabin trip for our anniversary. We end up never going on a trip for our actual anniversary because it's October and it's busy season for both of us, unfortunately. Maybe one year. So Wednesday did not get a full box, and then Saturday did not get a full box because I didn't even have the full boxes to spare. And also there were like a million really small things that I wanted to mark this week. And then over the blonde girl on Sunday, I put the all too well quote because I don't know what it is about November, but it reminds me of All Too Well. Maybe because last year, it was this time last year, right, that All Too Well, the 10-minute version came out and Taylor Swift re-released Red, so maybe that's why I associated with that. Also because like the very beginning of the song is like about autumn leaves and all of that, so. And then I'm going to pull in the Fall Leaves and Autumn Breeze quote from Alicia Kraft. I was trying to figure out where to put this. Ultimately, I'm going to decide to put it on Monday over that fashionable person's outfit, but I did briefly consider putting it over the quadruple box scene, that's what I'm going to call it now, or on the girl in the sidebar. But I liked kind of the quote placement. If I'm only using a few quote overlays, I like to space them out. And then because this is an old kit, I've got Little Things, which I love. I really miss little things with icons. It just makes my life so much easier. Okay, so now for real, we're gonna get into the day by day. So it was actually a rainy kind of week this week. It was really nice to get real autumn weather in November, because a lot of times this particular week of the year is like really warm still and it's kind of annoying. But we got 2 full days of rain this day, so I have a Molly under an umbrella from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. for that. I was grading essays this day. What's new? So I have a little laptop sticker from Planet Hannah. And then before I went in to teach my classes this day, I stopped by the post office because all of our wedding invitations were addressed and stamped. Well, not all of them. I'll get into that in a second. They were all ready to go, so I went to the post office on my way to work and I mailed those, which was so exciting and a big relief. So I have the mail invite script from Scribble Prints Co. That is from the main wedding sheet that she has put together. There were 2 that I had to mail a little bit later. One was one of my brothers, because I'm just going to be real, he would not text me his girlfriend's name. So I had to wait to hear that until before I can actually mail it. We got it sorted eventually. It's not a big deal. Obviously, I know he's coming regardless, but I'm just like, hey, you need to tell me what this person's name is. And then the other one was a coworker, which is totally fine because I think she was on her bachelorette party the weekend that I texted her. So that was totally understandable. I was asking her at the very last minute about something relating to her invitation. So anyway, dropped off all but 2 of our wedding invitations. And then I went and taught my classes, so I just used the class stickers from the kit. And then after work, Nathan had an issue with his ballot this year. They sent it to an old address, so or his parents' address. So he went to the voting center near us, and I asked him to drop off my ballot because it was done. So he did that. So I have Molly Loves to Vote from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. And then because we had just sent out the wedding invitations, we needed to make sure that our wedding website was all good to go, and we had to take the password off and all of that. So I have a little newsletter sticker from Cinderella paper, and yeah, our website, we launched it for real this time. We had it like on lockdown basically, and there was just like a message of like, thanks for visiting, email us here if you have any questions. That was what people who got our Save the Dates saw. But this time, because we did not have time before Save the Dates went out to actually put anything on the website. So now this was like the actual version of the website with all of the details and everything. And then at the end of the day, I was watching or rewatching the 2020 season of Great British Bake Off. So I just used a little thing from the kit there. Tuesday it rained again, which was lovely. So I have another Molly under an umbrella for that. I put in a house little thing to mark that my fiance went to work at the office this day. And then I put a play button in to mark that I was filming a plan with me. And then I ended up writing these things in the wrong order. The laptop is supposed to be for grading and the star is supposed to be for meeting with a student, but I wrote them in the wrong order, so whatever, I just drew little arrows. It was too late at that point. Then I went and taught classes, and then at the end of the day, I watched more Great British Bake Off. I had to readjust all of these little things later because they took up less space than I thought they would. So just re-spacing everything now. Weird, I'm caught up with myself at the moment. So yeah, I'm gonna have to pull up everything, but this is on Cinderella papers. Cinderella, yeah, that's the name of the shop, sorry. This is on her matte paper, so it's like really easy to pull up. I do like that. It's also really easy to write on with my Sarasa gel pens. So I actually prefer this type of matte paper. It's not like a regular matte. I don't even know how to describe it. It's not like the cheap matte that you normally get, but it's also not the vinyl or the buttery matte. Something in between. I like it, actually. No one else really has this type of paper. Okay, moving on to Wednesday, I put in another house little thing to mark that, ironically, my fiance was away from the house. He went up to the office. I was about to call him my husband, which will be true relatively soon. We're not there yet, though. Not official yet. I used a coffee cup from Oh Hello to mark that I went to McDonald's this morning because I was entirely out of coffee beans. I brew my own coffee at home, except when I forget to buy coffee. So I had to go to McDonald's because it's cheaper, honestly. And then I probably picked up some hash browns because McDonald's hash browns are one of the 5 things that I order off the menu because they're good. Then I voiced over a plan with me, so I have a Molly podcasting sticker for that. Then I did more grading, another laptop sticker from Planet Hannah. And then I'm going to put in this grumpy cat. I think this is supposed to be Molly, but drawn by a different artist. These are really old. I still have a stash of them. Because I was getting election results, and I'm not going to get too deeply into it, but basically we got redistricted in the House of Representatives this year, specifically where we live. My rep used to be Katie Porter, who I really admire. And they redistricted us this year, so she's no longer our rep. And there was just a lot of stuff going on with the people who were running. A lot of like really concerning ads from one side of the person I wasn't voting for that just seemed like really ethically irresponsible ads, in my opinion, like quotes definitely being taken out of context. So it's really disappointing that that person won and is now my representative the last time I checked, because I just thought the way the ads were handled were horrible. So that's great. So I was grumpy about the election results. Also, I was trying to get this guy kicked off of our Board of Equalization because he sounds like, I was going to say a word that I don't really want to say on the internet, but he doesn't seem like he's a great person, and he's been on the board for a really long time. And I was hoping that the person who actually works in that department would get elected. He didn't, unfortunately. So some propositions passed that were good in California. Prop 1, I think, which with everything else that's gone down this year, glad we did something about that. And we voted for a proposition to fund the arts in public schools more, which is, good. It was funny with that one. There was like no opposition statement written, which I was like, oh wow, we all really agree that we should spend money on teaching kids arts. Like, wow, I didn't know we were all on the same page about that. So anyway, there's my I voted sticker. I'm putting that on Tuesday. Of course, then I went and taught my classes on Wednesday, and then I went to Ralph's after work. Why did I go to Ralph's after work? Did I really want wine? I think I did, because I think the new episodes of The Crown came out this day, so I'm like, my thing is, for some reason, whenever I watch The Crown, I feel like I have to have Cabernet Sauvignon. So I always pick some up. Then I came home and I watched the first 3 episodes of the new season of The Crown. Episode 3 was like so different, and at first I was like, what is going on? And then I loved it. It was great. As of this recording, I only have like 2 more episodes to watch. I didn't watch it again for like a month because it's not something that my fiance is interested in watching. So, and it takes up a lot of time because it's a long drama, right? So anyway, but I did watch the first 3 episodes this day. And then we got our first RSVPs for our wedding, which was so exciting and so funny because it was our former roommates who are a couple. They were our very first RSVPs. So I thought that was so funny. I texted them. I'm like, I just love that you all are the first people to RSVP. So I put in a little save the date sticker from Papershire. Yeah, we used to live with them up until about 2 years ago. So yeah, and we all lived together while 3 out of 4 of us were in graduate school. So, and during the beginning of the pandemic. So literally nobody else I would have wanted to live with if I had to have roommates during the early stages of the pandemic. Then on Thursday, I marked with a heart little thing that my fiance was off this day because Friday was his normal day off, but then he's also a city worker, so he got the day before Veterans Day off. I was grading because I did not have this day off. So I have another laptop from Planet Hannah. And then I used to book little things from the kit to mark my classes for this day because I was out of class labels. Came home and watched more Great British Bake Off. And then I have an angry blobby from Oh Hello Co, but I'm not going to explain what that is for. But I was angry. And then on Friday, I used a Molly is too hot to sleep sticker. I think that's what it's called, but I just used it to mark that I slept pretty badly. I marked that it was 1 week until fall break technically began, so I used a Molly pumpkin pie sticker for that. I also marked that my fiance was off this day as well because it was his regular Friday off. And then I have a phone call sticker from Cinderella paper to mark that I had to make a phone call. And then I did a bunch of grading this day. So I used a laptop sticker from Plan a Hannah again. I pulled stickers for a plan with me. So I have a little planner sticker from Carly Plans. And then this evening was the semi-final of Great British Bake Off for this season. So I have a sticker that I'm going to put in from Little Pencil Design. The last couple seasons of Bake Off, like this year and last year, I'm at the end of the season, I'm like, I have no idea who's going to win this thing. And then like someone slips up who was previously really good. And I'm just like, the drama. Oh yeah, I'm also putting in this washi here. The top washi is Leaves from Oh Hello Co, really old washi, but it still does the job. And then the bottom washi is a wood grain pattern from Michaels. Honestly, most Michaels washi, if you like it, you can probably still find it on the shelf at Michaels because I feel like they carry the same washi until the end of time. So if you like wood grain washi, either one that I'm going to show over the next few weeks, because I'm going to use both of them because I just associate it with November. Yeah, you can probably still find it at Michaels if I'm being real. Trying to adjust it with my X-Acto knife. I was not exact with the cuts this day. But yes, now I'm going to go ahead and catch up with whatever is going on the bottom of Friday. As you can see, things were not very spaced out on Friday because I had that huge box taking up a lot of space, but I think it turned out okay because everything was on a little thing for the most part. I ended up cutting up the semi-final sticker from Little Pencil Design because I think the set of baking implements that was there was like purple and that was just not going to match with this kit. So I sliced up the semi-final script and separated it from its colorful option. And then I pulled the orange in from a separate sticker that just probably said Bake Off. And then after that, I marked that I just watched some random YouTube videos with a YouTube icon, again from Carly Plans. Moving on to Saturday, eventually. I feel like I'm starting to slow down here at the end of the video and I'm talking faster than I'm planning. I did sleep in this day just because I had a long week. So I have a Molly Has Sweet Dreams sticker from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. and a sleep in script from Carly Plans. I had to think about that for a second. Then I wrote in that I was just really feeling burnt out this day. So I have a Once More with Love sticker that says, if it requires pants, it's not happening. I think that's my last one. So let's hope that I don't have any other situations that I'm like, I don't want to wear pants for this. Anywho, yeah, this was, like I said, like the week before fall break would technically begin. And we were doing a lot of wedding planning stuff too, especially with having to get all the invitations out. So I was just feeling really burnt out by this weekend. And we still had plenty more to do this weekend as far as wedding planning goes. Right now, I'm recording this on December 3rd. I'm feeling okay. Although if I'm left alone with my thoughts for too long, I start stressing out about the wedding. But right now, there's not anything urgent that we need to do. We met with our venue this week. And there's just like really little things that we need to get taken care of. There's also some people who aren't responding to my emails, if I'm being honest. Not with the venue, but with other stuff. And I'm like, you're stressing me out. I cleaned my engagement ring this day. Moving on. So I have a ring sticker from Plan a Hannah. I did laundry. I think that sticker's from Scribble Prints Co. And then I started packing up the miscellaneous decorations that we're going to have for the wedding. It's really small stuff. I'm not going too crazy on the decorations. Just small things like vases for the bridesmaid bouquets and all that. I still need to find picture frames, like nice ones. But that's going to be a later in December problem. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. That's kind of where I'm at right now with wedding planning. I put up some wall decals in the bathroom. So I used a cactus sticker for that because they were cactus or succulent themed. And then I wrote in that I was anxious because, again, when I'm left alone with my thoughts for too long, or if I have too much to do, I get anxious. So I have a Molly Has Anxiety sticker from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. and an anxious script from Carly Plans. Oh, we got a quote unquote new to us chair this day. Someone left a lounge chair, like a living room chair, by our dumpster. This happens a lot. People just leave random furniture. And we looked at it, we inspected it, and we're like, let's keep it. So we got a chair. It was originally from World Market, so it probably cost a lot of money. And it's actually a pretty solid chair. So we finally have a lounge chair for the living room. So that's nice. It's actually really comfortable too. And the cat loves it as well. So that's pretty neat. So Nathan was fixing it up because there were some loose bolts. So I have a Molly Loves to Be Handy sticker for that from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. And then I was watching Great British Bake Off, the 2020 season, and we watched the Rings of Power last couple of episodes. Or did we just have one episode left? I don't remember. We finished the season, and my fiance got the ending spoiled for him, unfortunately. And then he just wasn't super impressed with how they did the reveals in the final episode, but I was like, I didn't know what was going on. So I'm like, what? So I was like, wow. Because originally when we started watching Rings of Power, I was like, I don't know about this. I'm not sure about these characters. But like as the season got rolling, I'm like, what? Like, and then the season finale, so many twists and turns, and I'm here for it. So I would recommend Rings of Power at this point. Just get past the first like 2 episodes and then maybe you'll be into it. You also have to kind of put aside any preconceived notions you have about how Lord of the Rings is supposed to look because like, I mean, I grew up with the Peter Jackson movies, right? So I'm like, well, that's not how Elrond is. And it's like, well, okay, this is a different interpretation of the same stuff. So anyway, Rings of Power. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next. I have no idea when the next season comes out. If you know, let me know. All right, Sunday, still feeling kind of burnt out. I have a What in the World munchkin from Once More with Love, and I just wrote in that I was trying to relax. I was just feeling really stressed out about how much miscellaneous stuff needed to get done for this wedding. We did choose our first dance song this day, though, so I have a Molly karaoke sticker because I didn't know what else to use to mark it, and I have a Choose First Dance song from Scribble Prince Co. I checked for cancellation insurance. I think the next week we finally purchased our liability insurance for this event. Cancellation insurance is just not a thing anymore, at least in California, because of COVID. They don't want to insure you for that anymore, so that's great. If anybody goes out of business who's supposed to be at our wedding, I guess we're just kind of screwed. It's fine. Whatever. I don't know. I ordered some decorations for the wedding, so I have these balloon stickers from Papershire. I can't remember exactly what I ordered, but it's probably just like really small things. And then I have a Papershire wedding couple to mark that I ordered my wedding foil and my January kits from various sticker shops. My fiance went to go visit his cousin this day, and then I picked up my wedding dress from Alterations this day. So I have the pickup dress script from Once More with Love. So that saga of alterations is finally done. Then I came home and I ordered some cute hangers for the dress. So I have a little like groom sticker from Plannahannah for that. And then at the end of the day, I watched more Great British Bake Off. Then I'm pulling in my script from Carly Plans, and I have these little cupcake stickers from the wedding sheets from Papershire to keep track of how many RSVPs we got this week. And then I decided to use the Hello Weekend banner because why not? When else am I going to use it? And then I'm going to sprinkle in this little Alicia Craft foiled decoration at the top and over some of the full boxes. And that will be this week finished. I saved the apple pie and the baking day stickers for another time because I did not bake and I did not have apple pie this week, sadly. I associate apple pie with Christmas and pumpkin pie with Thanksgiving, just FYI. Let me know how you feel about that. For some reason, yeah, apple pie is for Christmas in my head. Probably because that's when we had it for the most part when I was growing up. I also associate apple pie with 4th of July. Although I usually don't want to bake it around 4th of July because it's like 4 million degrees here and I don't want to turn on the oven. But sometimes we have done apple pie for 4th of July. America. Anyway. So yeah, that is going to be the week. I hope you enjoyed seeing it. I'm trying to figure out where to put this last little piece of garland, and I decided it needed to go into the lake. I don't know why my nose is suddenly really stuffy. Sorry if you can hear that. So that is the week complete. There are the empty sheets, and then these are the leftovers that I've got that I will probably de-stash into my multicolor binder where I keep all of my lovely leftovers. Gonna give it a little wiggle, although I still have not figured out how to showcase foil on camera very well. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you next time. Bye.